Good morning, manifestors. It's Paula from the 411 on manifesting. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a really good weekend. It was cold, y'all. It was cold. I mean, yesterday was warmer, but we have had a couple of very cold days. And I was talking with a friend just about gratitude, like everybody knows about giving gratitude. Like everybody knows about it. It's not a new thing. But honestly, giving gratitude, if you are waking up in a warm home, giving gratitude for electricity to plug your car in, giving gratitude for a job to go to pay for your warm home and your electricity. So, there's a lot of things to be grateful for this holiday season, especially if you're watching this. Things could always be so much worse, and it's the little things that we just really have to give thanks for. So I kind of wanted to start out just with that. But we are going into chapter 4 of our Manifest series from the book by Roxie Nafousi. And chapter 4 is called Overcoming Tests from the Universe. Oh, man. Do you know what a test from the universe is? A test from the universe is pretty much kind of summed up from when you're in the manifesting state and you're wanting to make changes in your life to bring things to you, and you are overcome with some challenges along the way. And there's a really good reason for that. I actually did my research this week because there's actually quite a bit to this. So let's get started. So in simple terms, tests from the universe are opportunities for us to learn and grow from what we are trying to change from. And I had a couple of ones that have come up for me recently, which I thought they were just interesting. So let me just say that. But need to get that out of my vocabulary, but manifesting saving money. And I'll be honest with you, I have not been a good money saver in my lifetime. I've had lots of opportunities where I could do that, but I like to go on vacations. I like to experience different things, and I like to buy certain things. And so saving money has been a bit of a challenge for me. However, recently, in the last couple months, I've been doing really good with saving money, and I'm saving for something that I want to do next year. So I'm not going to quite tell you what it is, but I am saving for that. And I've had some tests come up. There's been some things that I really wanted, and they've come up on sale. They've come up half price. They've come up some things, and I think, when am I ever going to have the opportunity to buy this again at this price? And I've saved money. I could dip into it and sort of do that. And I think to myself, no, I'm manifesting being able to save money, which means that I don't need to be buying things regardless of whether they're on sale or not. So honestly, why are these tests coming when I'm manifesting saving money? Why weren't they coming before when I was just spending money? So that to me was a test from the universe. Another one, if I've had this come up too in my life, but if I've been on health journeys where I'm trying to eat better and just trying to stick to like an exercise, regimen at the same time, sort of every day, stuff like that. And things will come up, and I know for me, it's a lot to do with being able to say no. So recently I started, my exercise routine in the morning, and I have to be very diligent with it. Like I have to do it at the same time every day, which is morning for me. And I'm getting up earlier from, the past vlog that I did on the 5 a.m. club. So I am getting up earlier and really giving myself time to have my exercise, not to be rushed into it, not to be like, oh man, I have to exercise this morning. And by the way, I don't have to exercise. I get to exercise. So one of the tests that came up for me, and it was to do with my work. And I'm really grateful and very lucky. I have a really amazing job and amazing bosses and all that stuff, but I do have a very busy workload. And recently I was asked a couple of mornings in a row actually to come in early and do some stuff. And by early, I mean like 6:30, 7 a.m. And I was like, oh, that's really going to mess with like my exercise routine. And I thought, no, I can do what I need to do when I get to work. Like I can do it. And that's maybe not an option for everybody, but I had to learn to say no and not worry about it. And by saying no, I went into work at my regular time and everything got done. Everything was fine. And I didn't have to interrupt my exercise routine. So and that's really, really important to me. And it's something that I'm manifesting. And those are tests that come up. That's kind of an example of what a test is. Another one, sticking to a diet, so getting asked to go out for dinner, or, going to a get together with friends where I know there's going to be maybe not so many healthy choices there. And especially if I'm sticking to kind of, a diet that's like meal planned and things like that. So they're tests for me. So a couple of times I've actually had to bring my own food. I don't want to miss out on the event with my friends or anything like that, but I've had to bring my own food, or I've had to say no, because honestly, there are roadblocks that come up, and the universe tests us to see how we are at overcoming our roadblocks. It's really, really interesting. I really like it. But why does the universe test us? And I found this online. I just thought it was really cool. So these tests are opportunities for us to practice lessons that we've learned. Honestly, amazing. I really loved that explanation of it. Tests expose our underlying beliefs, where we place our trust. So, sometimes when challenges do come up when we're manifesting and we just kind of think, why is this happening? Like, I'm making these decisions. I'm trying to make these decisions. And why am I having all these roadblocks come at me? And, it's a really big reminder that everything is happening for the greater good, and it's happening for a reason. So tests are coming at us just to show us how strong we are inside when we don't feel very strong. And when you look at it that way, it's quite satisfying, and it really sort of gives you some pride in what you can overcome. And I really liked that explanation for it. So if you're trying to manifest financial abundance, of course, and I think I've talked about this before, if you aren't currently grateful for the financial status that you're in currently, if you're not grateful for it, even if it's not for exactly what you want, it's really hard for the universe to bring you more. That's a good one. So a couple other things I'm just going to read off here. So repeated patterns are tests from the universe. We are creatures of habit. A lot of us don't really like change. So when your routine is interrupted, like I had said about, being asked out for supper when I'm trying to keep my routine at home with healthy eating. So that's another test, right? A big one. Testing patience. It's really hard to be in a gratitude mindset and just good vibe kind of going all the time if you're a person that's impatient or is getting annoyed really easily. I used to be like that. A lot. And I do catch myself kind of once in a while going like, what is wrong with this person? Like, why are they doing that? And, that isn't my business. It's not my business to worry about how people are acting. It is my business and my responsibility to how, of course, I react to it, right? So signs and synchronicities that you are on the right path when you see or have a test from the universe come in. So, things like 1111 on the clock. I'm a really big one for that. I get a lot of 444s and 555s. Those are kind of my numbers all the time. So just seeing things like that, finding feathers, finding heart rocks, when you think about something, when you think about a song and it comes on the radio, or you think about a person and, they contact you. So those are all signs kind of from the universe as well that you're on the right path. So being out of your comfort zone is a really big one, because as a lot of us know, if we don't change, we do not grow. And comfort zones, unfortunately, keep us really stuck. Because our brain always wants us to stay comfortable, doesn't it? It doesn't want us to experience any type of distress or any type of anxiety. And anxiety is a really big one that comes along with change. So just something to consider there as well. So loss of resources or control, you know, when you're manifesting abundance, especially, and you're hit with a big bill, maybe you've saved some money and you know, you're saving for something in particular, like I am, and then a big expense comes, like maybe you need to, you know, to repair your car, or something happens with your home, your fridge goes or your washer goes or something like that. A good way to look at it, especially if you've already started kind of your abundance manifesting, you've got some money put away or that's come in, you just be really grateful that you actually have that money. I mean, sometimes we do have to spend money on things that we need. We can't go without, you know, a stove, or we can't go without our car. So just be grateful that if you save the money on your abundance journey, that you actually have it to put towards that. That's a really, really big one too. It's really hard to stay in gratitude and stay positive sometimes when you're hit with a lot of challenges. But honestly, just breathe. Remember that those challenges are there for a reason. They are there to help you grow. They are there to help you overcome, to get you out of your comfort zone. And the biggest one is to trust and believe and have faith. You always have to remember what your end game is, no matter what the challenges are that are coming towards you. So I really, really like this chapter a lot. Tests from the universe, they're a big one. And unfortunately, they do stop a lot of people from continuing on their manifestation journey. So don't let it stop you. Just embrace the tests as they come. Breathe, get through them. Trust that they're there for a reason, and that they're always there for the greater good. I just love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. I would love to hear if you've experienced any tests in the universe recently, if you're brave enough to share them. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It helps me come back every single week to bring more content. And I really love to talk about manifesting in different ways and things that it brings us all the time. It's just absolutely amazing. I hope you have an amazing Monday, amazing rest of your week. Christmas is coming. Man, did it ever get here fast. Holy moly. Just breathe, y'all. Just breathe. Have an amazing day. And if nobody tells you this week, I love you. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.